My name is Scott Holland. I grew up in Edmond, Oklahoma with a normal family. There was no alcohol in my household. Like, my parents didn't drink. So I didn't drink or anything all through high school until April of my senior year. I ended up in college. I went to OU. I had this big dream in my head that I was going to go there. I was going to rush a fraternity. I was going to major in finance. Everything was just going to be handed to me. And that's where I was really introduced to the 4 drugs that would kind of control my life for the next 7 or 8 years. They were alcohol, weed, Xanax, and Adderall. The life I had envisioned in my head was becoming farther and farther out of my grasp. And what happened was, over the next 3.5 years, my life drastically got worse. I was ingesting large amounts of Adderall and Xanax on a daily basis. I was becoming increasingly apathetic, increasingly depressed, increasingly suicidal. October 23rd, I tried to commit suicide in my apartment, but I wasn't able to complete it. And I was like, my life is going to change, which saw me getting dropped off at Valley Hope in Cushing, Oklahoma. And so I was nearing my discharge date. My plan was to follow someone that I had met back to her home state of Colorado. And then she told me that she was going to Hope is Alive in Tulsa. And I thought, hey, I should go to Hope is Alive too. And so I ended up in the Oklahoma City program. That first month was rough because I was still the same Scotty that had gone into treatment. I hadn't done any work on myself. Ultimately, that led to my relapse on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day of 2017. And so on December 26th, I was at work, and I was struggling with this idea of surrender and what surrender means. And so I was reading a devotional for that day. When God calls you home to admit your wrongs, you go home and you admit your wrongs. The Bible verse that went with that, which is my own personal Bible verse, Acts 3:19. So you must change your hearts and lives, come back to God, and He will forgive your sins. 4 hours after that, I was at home, admitting my wrongs to my mom and my dad. And the image of my mom crying and my dad in the back of the room just looking down is burned into my memory for the rest of my life, probably. But without that conversation, without that moment, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. And that's whenever my story really began. My story of radical life change, my story of recovery. I moved back into the house and things changed for me, for my family. I started doing what people asked me to do. I found people that I really looked up to and felt like they supported me, and I trusted them. For the first time in my life, I was becoming happy again. I was becoming comfortable with myself. I was learning things about myself, and I was like, you know what, that's okay. I've never finished anything in my life. So for me, graduation means that I've accomplished something. It has shown me that I'm able to complete things. I'm able to exceed expectations that are high, and I'm able to meet goals. You have people in your life that you really look up to and really value what they say and value how they carry themselves. And then one day you close your eyes and you do the things that they're asking you to do and the things that they have done, and you wake up and you're one of those people. You have this realization that you are the person that you were looking up to. I wouldn't be the man or the son or the brother or the friend I am today without Hope is Alive. Really, I love my life today, and I owe that to Hope is Alive.